Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I'm Ephraim225, and with me, as always, is...
Well, I'm here with the soon-to-be hero of time.
soon to be. I might as well be the hero of time at this point. I've got 20 heart containers, I've got the double magic meter, I've got Biggerun's sword, and I feel like playing a song. How about you?
Ooh,
Oops.
what ditty are you playing today?
Prelude of Light. I haven't played that one time this entire trip. Maybe I have played it, I don't remember.
It's such a lovely tune.
A prelude to the final chapter. Let's warp to the Temple of Time where someone is said to be waiting. Wait a minute, I didn't warp in, I walked in.
Wait, why did we walk? I love that inconsistency. Oh, thanks, game.
Ass shot.
Final challenge.
Another legend of the Triforce. Ooh. This one is actually important, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This one to some...
I believe this cutscene only triggers if you have the Shadow and Spirit medallions. You don't need the other three. So if you skip them somehow, you're good.
Yes, because I'm trying to remember as well. In randomizers, you actually only need 3 specific items to be able to actually beat the game. 2 of them are the Shadow and Spirit medallions as well. Also, what this whole cutscene discusses is essentially the fact that the Triforce itself actually is kind of a picky device. It'll only grant the wish of that who has true balance of courage, wisdom, and power. If you only have one of those greater traits, you only get the one that's the strongest trait to you, and the others 2 split off to people of destiny.
How convenient for us.
Definitely.
So not only is there a Triforce, there is a True Force.
Oh no!
And
how deep does the rabbit hole go?
And a Triforce, and a Triforce, and a Troforce.
And I thought the Triumph Forks in Wind Waker were nuts. Yeah, that's right. We were asleep back then because the Master Sword didn't think we were old enough.
Or something like that. See, yeah. That's the only part of this that I would, like, rewrite and make it... and explain it away as Link getting severely injured and needing 7 years to heal it off.
Yeah, because... here's another thing. This is the only time the Master Sword does this, because, heck... Oh, by the way, we wield the Triforce of Courage, apparently.
So yeah, for everyone who was going on and on about getting the Triforce in Ocarina of Time, you guys got it in the plot. You didn't even notice it at first.
Ooh, nice tattoo.
It spins.
Oh god, it's alive!
The twist that nobody saw coming.
Zelda, your hair is straight.
It's not a disco afro. We must not be pirating, even though this is Ship of Harkinian.
Well, it's not a pirate. It is official. Well, not.
It's a pirate ship. It's a pirate ship.
By the way, yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that Melee basically ruined it, Sheik and Zelda are one and the same, which is also funny when you consider that. You know, if you're trying to disguise yourself, naming yourself after the race is probably not the best idea. That's literally naming like Link like Kokri or something like that.
Or naming a human Hugh. Wait, that's a legitimate name. I'm sorry, Hughes of the world.
Y'all are good. But yeah, so the whole thing. This also interestingly ties together about the whole idea of Ocarina of Time being about children being way over their heads. Because, you know, these people were still kids when they were trying to trick Ganondorf.
Yeah, they couldn't have predicted the sword just sealing their one last hope away for 7 years, letting Ganondorf do whatever.
Especially considering, like, this is the only time the Master Sword does this, because Toon Link gets it just fine, even though he's canonically older than young Link.
At any rate, the twist that Sheik and Zelda are one and the same is actually legitimately done well, even though everybody knows it by this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the whole Star Wars situation. And to be fair, it wasn't just the fact she changed clothes. She changed her eye color and everything, too, to really sell the fact that... to sell the disguise.
Impa did a good job with it.
Definitely.
Oh, look, 3 exclamation marks. That means it's super important.
It has to be. After all, we had the arrows of flame, we had to find the arrows of ice, and we finally acquired the final arrow type.
What do you mean? There's 3 more, aren't there? No, of course not.
I wish. The sacred arrows of light.
I feel like they should be colored silver. Oh, you know, in the beta version that I've been mentioning, the light medallion was silver.
Oh! That would actually been kind of cool.
The room is shaking. Oh my goodness,
That's
what is
a nice
this?
barrier.
Yeah, it's all pink and stuff.
Traitor.
I don't recall saying you were on the same side as me.
Okay. Ganon, I know you didn't have the Triforce of Wisdom, but are you sure you're okay, my dude? Also, yeah.
Her hair is clipping through the barrier, and so is Link's, actually.
Oh my god. Also, yeah, you know they had to at least do this, because status quo.
Yeah, Zelda has to get captured. Honestly, if he can do this so very easily, why doesn't he just nail them both?
I think it's just because Ganondorf is really full of himself. He thinks, I need to make sure I have the Triforce of Wisdom because she's a sneakily little weasel. I'll just have the Triforce of Courage literally walk up to me. You know, there's no way this kid can beat me.
Not when he has 20 hearts, a giant sword, and enough magic to fill an entire spell book. Maybe.
It's nothing to me. I'm gonna beat him.
Oh my goodness, the upheaval has taken place.
Dang.
So this is where we
This
is where we dive into the chasm under the castle, right?
I don't know about that. That lava down there looks very murdery.
That it does. There's a Skulltula on this map. I'm not getting it because, honestly, 64 Skulltulas. It's just perfect.
You can't mess with. Yeah, and as far as I know, I don't think there's any Skulltulas in Ganon's castle itself.
I don't think so either.
Also, hey Rauru. Magic telephone, I guess.
The sages, in all their power and wisdom, are going to build a bridge. Why don't you give us a Zonai device? Like, I can get up there with a rocket and, like, a plank of wood.
What's a Zonai?
It's a Zonai. Look at him test the bridge, by the way.
He's like, is this real? Also, I love the colors. Light, forest, water, shadow, fire, spirit.
It is very nice, yes. Welcome to the final dungeon. No keys, no compass, no map, just us and 6 puzzle rooms. And some enemies.
I love how they do that.
So, there are 6 rooms. You can technically take them in any order, but there is an item from one of the rooms that you must have in order to do the others. Let's begin with the water room. Or should I say, the ice room.
What is this false advertising?
Yeah, as you were saying, more evidence that the water temple was originally an ice temple. Or they wanted an ice temple, but maybe they, like, created this room and didn't feel like creating a water-themed room, so they just made the ice room the official water room.
I feel like it is something like that. Because it kind of gives us this feeling that this place was built first, which, actually, that might be true. Here's a little bit of developable fun fact. People say that Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time share a lot of development. They do. The whole idea originally for Ocarina of Time was that the entire game would take place inside Ganon's castle. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Oh, and like they would have paintings or something as transport?
Yeah, like they would have some method of Link exploring different parts of Hyrule, but then that got translated to Mario 64, where Ocarina instead got a completely unique style, which I dig.
They are the same engine, though, as far as I'm aware.
They are. It's just that Ocarina's is so heavily modified, it would be nearly impossible to try and convert it back to Mario 64. People have
You
tried,
never
though.
know. Have you seen the ROM hacks? I swear we're gonna get Super Mario 64 in Hyrule soon, if not already.
Oh no, I've seen people's attempts. If anything, considering that both games now have PC ports, it's only a matter of time until people find a way to connect the two.
I wonder if I should play that on my
Uh,
channel.
it's hard to say, because, like, the PC port of Mario 64, the big thing about it is just the modding capabilities. As someone who's played it with a good friend, like, oh, dude, if you do that, we would have to play some of the extra bonuses. Did you know there's actually a PvP mode in the PC port?
Is it just like the DS version's PvP?
No, you actually have, like, actual power-ups and actual weapons and stuff. It's amazing. By the way,
That sounds fabulous. Oh, right. Okay, good. You can cancel it. You wanted me
yeah.
to show this off, maybe?
Yeah, the barrier has a hurt box for some reason.
So the light arrows are apparently needed to dispel these barriers, but also the sages decide to show up.
You know, they're just there to show up, but
Hurry
hey,
up!
you need to go do your job. Also, they help you teleport back here, which, by the way, once you do this, there's no reason to come back here. If you go back to the room and try to go to the barrier room, you just have to waste your time going back.
One down, 5 to go, and I just wanna say that this is not our first attempt recording this. Something really embarrassing happened, and I did not feel like including it. So,
It's fair.
in order to avoid that this time,
It also shows off this, too.
light arrows, I think, knock out every regular enemy in one shot.
That they do, which I'm also curious about. Oh, wow, it does it! Any enemy killed with light arrows also drops a purple rupee.
Any enemy?
Any enemy.
Anyways, I don't know why I'm picking this up. It's like 5 rupees. Come on.
It's fine. But yeah, no. That's basically your best way of getting money in this game, is that any enemy killed with light arrows always drop 50 rupees. On top of any rupees they got, because I noticed that like dropped also the extra rupees. So that would have been like a 70-something rupees at that point.
So I suppose you need to hit that switch in order to, actually, if I recall correctly, I know there's an item in here that I need. So it's like, there's a switch there.
Yes.
I think you don't really need the ice platforms that appear, though, because what you could do is take your hover boots. First put the sword away.
Just gotta build up speed, and nice.
I think you're probably meant to do the same thing in order to get to that switch, but let's see.
Actually,
actually
remember,
no. Actually, no. Look here.
Well, on top of that, there's also the... Oh, right. Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, that's a big chest.
Hurry up. Oh!
Oh, jeez!
That scared me.
Nice! And with that...
The gold gauntlets. This is necessary to finish the rest of the game. Let's see here. What else do I need?
I'll be honest with you, if the mirror shield had a... Okay, here's the thing.
It's lens.
Remember,
I need lens, right?
Yep, the Shadow Temple.
But what is that rusted switch for?
I don't know. I don't... Oh! It's because the door's locked.
Oh, right. Oh, right. There
This
was
is a
like
pathway
there was
over there.
another path to it. Okay, I'm just doing things way out of order here. I've been doing the whole game out of order.
Hey, it's made for a very interesting, like, experience.
So just to add, if you were skipping the Lens of Truth, by the way, this is just another layer of things that you would have to memorize completely.
By the way, fun fact: randomizers actually have a setting that will, where you can check if you want to have the lens of truth or not. It doesn't change the randomizer that much, but it means that the randomizer expects you to have the lens of truth if you're solving any puzzles with it.
All right, that
It's
was probably like the most threatening part of the dungeon, to be honest.
yes, because if you at least want the good news, I believe that is the very last like in the entire game.
Oh yeah, that like is a total troll, by the way. It's positioned exactly so that it can eat you, take one of your items, and then spit you off the cliff, wherein the game will no longer acknowledge that it took an item.
Yeah, because you can actually lose an item permanently if the like holds it for too long, or just it resets the room. Like that'll do it.
And that's a bad thing if it's your Goron tunic, because this room is superheated.
No, I know what that's for. Actually, and trust me, you'll see it. In fact, the way you did the order of this dungeon actually helped a lot getting around here.
Oh, I know now.
Yeah. I do gotta say though, like the hover boots along with the gold gauntlets and like the red tunic, if it wasn't for the fact that the mirror shield has like a silver face, it would actually look like a really fancy like suit for you.
I always did like
Ready?
customizable suits. All those armor sets in Tears of the Kingdom, you just can't really argue with customizing your armor and wearing what you want.
I mean, there is some options. It also helps like you do have color options too.
So this is literally all the golden gauntlets do. They let you do this.
Dang, Link. By the way, it's implied that these things are solid blocks of granite, so yeah.
Don't take them for granted. I really don't understand what the point of the gold gauntlets was anyways.
I'm guessing they were a last minute inclusion because yeah, they have very temporary uses, and by that I mean they're only used for
Don't,
three.
no.
What the hell, game? Wait, no, all the rupees are collected.
Okay.
Thank goodness. I feel like the gold gauntlets are last minute inclusion because yeah, they only have technically 3 uses in the entire game. If you're not getting everything too.
I know.
Also,
I know that there's like 3 of those giant pillars throughout the game, but I don't really know what else they would do. Because you told me that the silver gauntlets can lift those silver boulders, so I don't know.
No, that's yeah. The gold gauntlets only are used for lifting the granite pillars. That's it.
Yeah. See,
Like
sometimes in Zelda games there will be an item like that, and this goes for other adventure games too. Don't include an entire item if it only has a couple of uses. I know it's tricky to find places for the mirror shield, for example, because you get it so late in the game, but really.
yeah, like I always kind of get that feel, but it is also kind of aggravating. Like this game kind of even that first off, I love this scene.
This is probably worth it, though.
Also, that shows just how powerful that barrier is. Not even a granite pillar breaks it.
Hey, look, another barrier that you have to do 6 things in order to unlock. Just like Zelda 2.
Oh, yeah. By the way, yes, everything's invisible.
Also, I lied. We do have keys and locked doors after all.
Very little.
Naturally, I think the lens help you find... I guess
It's
not.
a guessing game.
It's literally a guessing
Here's
game?
Here's the thing, the light temple? There is no light temple.
Oh.
Oh! They're all traps until you kill all the enemies.
They're all traps,
also,
except for the... Yeah.
the cutscene preventing you from taking damage from the ice. That's actually kind of funny.
Oh, wait, really?
I think it did.
Wow. Also, there's no point in doing this either. Why does Ganon's castle have a place where you need to play Zelda's Lullaby?
See, I don't. I guess like they just really didn't know what to do with the light temple segment, because there is no light temple.
Make it like...
Despite
Make it about... I don't know, the bottom of the well is too similar to the Shadow Temple.
You know what I would have said? Made them like the first 3 dungeons in the child timeline, in the child dungeons.
That would work perfectly, yeah.
Because that's basically what I always argued with the light, the light medallion, is that it's just what you get after clearing all the dungeons in the child temple. Because they're not as big as like the adult temples at all.
Last one, where are you?
I think it's either inside the wall or somewhere. Where is it?
Never mind.
Nice. Huh.
Hello? Oh, hello.
Oh, God. That is evil, by the way.
Well, obviously, Lens of Truth, maybe. Oh.
Bingo. Yeah, Ganon was extra malicious with the light arrow, with the light barrier for some reason.
Maybe he just hates Rauru that much. Still reeling over that 10,000-year history thing.
True. Even though it's technically a different Ganon, which is not any more confusing.
Everything is confusing about Tears of the Kingdom storyline. I just want the Zonai to be well written because, oh my goodness, they're a glorious creation.
I love our half dragon, half goat people.
Half dragon, half goat, half bunny.
They have 3 eyes.
Last chance for Bombchus to do useful things.
Oh, my eye! Oh, God!
Navi's doing something there. That can only mean one thing. Wait a minute.
Wait.
If these... Okay, no. Huh.
You know what my guess is?
She's probably pointing out the rupee, right?
That, or maybe Song of Storms?
That'd be just silly, I think.
No, that's... Because I guess I'll say this much, especially if you need it. For those who don't know, there actually is a secret area in Ganon's castle that basically acts like a complete... Well, not a complete restock, but a major restock of most consumables. Including fairies, even. If you truly need it.
That trick gets one more use, and so will it here too.
Feels good.
It's just so satisfying to do that. I'm glad ice arrows at least have some use, after all.
No, yeah. Also, these guys have magic
Let me
heals,
guess. I learned this one. Yeah, now I know better.
Are you sure?
Oh, please. Really? Alright.
Is there a hole?
It goes through the bars.
Oh my god! Nice shot, dude!
I'm an expert Bombchu bowler. And it looks like I was wrong about the mirror shield. It is going to have a use here. Or will it?
Oh yeah, I mean... This... No, you're right. This is the Spirit Temple.
Where is the light coming from?
You got me.
It is completely dark outside. Oh, hello.
You hear it? God. Floor Masters in this place is just completely evil. I can't believe it.
Do I get another one? Oh, of course.
Yep.
It's my rupee farm.
You know, I am curious, has there been anything in the Zelda series that actually, like, freaked you out as a kid?
I have mentioned, like, some of the things. Like, I think it's unsettling how before you, clear some of the temples, it just starts raining and the music stops when you approach certain areas, like the Water Temple.
Oh, yeah. Well, that also doubled for Kakariko, because of what happens.
Not really, because you don't really stick around Kakariko for too long after that event.
Okay. I guess to be fair, the graveyard does get that after Bongo Bongo's released.
Hurry up, kid.
I'm 19! Or 16, depending on who you ask.
That just leaves the forest barrier. I think I should have done that one first, because then I would have ended my little circle here.
I think it works well. Especially since the forest one is the weirdest one of them all. Well, not this room.
This room is pretty weird. We're in the forest room, and yet you have to use fire. Also,
Well, no, this...
I can't believe I failed to say this until now, but if all else fails, use fire. Another Zelda 2 quote, because come on.
Fire something nice, kid. That's true, though. Well, I meant this room.
Oh yeah, because it's, you can see that it's wind puzzles in the Forest Temple, because the Forest Temple used to be wind.
Yeah.
I just hope I can do this properly, because I got no idea how to really do it. That's not how.
Well, remember, the winds can carry you across when you're less lighter than air. But yeah, no, this kind of does bring into the idea that Ganon's castle was like one of the first things designed for Ocarina of Time. Because despite the fact that, like, you know, the forest and water temples got the changed to what they are, their dungeon equivalents in Ganon's castle remain focused on their main themes.
Oh, that was unexpected. What does that do,
I'm just
though?
thankful that worked.
Oh, there's a hookshot target.
Yeah, they brought up the hookshot target for you. It's also handy that way.
Okay, need to approach this carefully.
I don't like that rupee in front of the fan, though.
We just wait for it to stop blowing, it's fine.
Yeah. So again, it kind of brings in the idea that this place was probably one of the first areas developed for the game. Amazing how they really nailed the aesthetics early on.
That's all of them, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, sorry, we haven't seen you in like 10 hours.
They all tell me to hurry up. I hate this.
Which is funny, though, because considering what you want to do, we had to do one last small detour before we head out, don't we?
Do we? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Which, it would also be very convenient. I was just considering stopping by that secret shop for something. In fact, I can do that on the way out. Where is it? It should be, like, it's hidden behind a Lens of Truth wall.
Yeah, it's on the ground floor, and just use the Lens of Truth until you find an opening. There it is. You want to be careful with that, because that does drain magic.
Oh,
there
look.
you are.
You know what?
By the way, Deku Nut's actually just... Yeah, I was going to say, don't bother. There you go. Green potion.
Okay, let's get out of here. Because before you face the foul fiend Ganon, you must conquer Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Why?
I just came up with a random YouTube poop quote.
The funny thing, that sounds like something like Team 4 Stars would do. I can almost see it already. Sheik telling Link, like, before you can face Ganon, you must conquer Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh shoot, it's rated M. I'm just a boy. I can only play easy rated games.
Link, you're like 16, dude. You can't break the rules once. Thanks, Navi.
Well, this should be... This might be the same location where we got Din's fire, technically speaking.
I believe it is? Like, Ganon really must have hated this fairy for some reason.
We'll see if the map ever, like, lines up exactly. Are you okay there? You seem to have cut out.
Oh, am I okay? Am I doing good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, no, I'm fine. You know, we just gotta look at her model one last time.
One more for the road. I hope we never see her face again.
Something tells me maybe in a few months.
So
But
this...
finally, the final upgrade.
This is very strange. They just give you a doubled health meter for free.
Hey, if anything, this means now you're taking normal damage from everything.
Yes. It might be easy to forget unless you, like, watch the Volvagia fight or the Iron Knuckle fight, but I've been playing under double damage rules because I thought Ocarina would be really, really easy. Turns out some enemies just...
To be fair,
some enemies just really aren't all that simple.
Oh, no. There are easy ways to get around them, but if you don't know their tricks, they can be tricky. Like, I think, if anything, that actually might answer, like, how Ocarina and later Zelda games handle their things. They're easy if you know and you have the experience behind it, but if you're, like, someone who's topping into the Zelda series for the first time, Ocarina could be hard, if not harder than Link to the Past if you don't know the tricks.
I would still say Link to the Past is harder, but I really do get your point. And it is, like, totally true that all of my experience with the franchise has made me generally think of the series as not that difficult. Even though to a new player it's definitely going to be.
Yeah, because that's the thing they do. Later Zelda games just give you the ways to basically cheap out on a fight, whereas in the older games you didn't have that luxury. The best you had in Link to the Past was mostly the armor upgrades. Speaking of which, these are not Lizalfos.
They're apparently immune while jumping.
Yeah, these are Dino Foals.
Who cares? They went down in a couple hits.
Oh, yeah.
And viewers with a keen ear will want to listen to the slowly getting louder and louder organ music.
Well, before that, let me see. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, okay. I'll let y'all enjoy the music. The thing is, I wanted to tell you about a really cool trick a friend of mine showed me for one of these rooms.
Oh,
It
really?
can be a little tricky to pull off. Yeah, it can be a little tricky to pull off, but if... Oh, by the way, there's your boss key.
I don't know why there's even a
tricky to
boss key. There's no reason for it.
Because, again, Ganon wants to be dramatic. Here's the thing. I know what's coming up next, and don't try to fight him just yet. Here's what I want you to do. Set up the stab to be a jump attack for me. Get behind the Iron Knuckles and just start, like, get in between the two of them, get on the stairs, and then just start crouch stabbing like crazy. Bingo.
I probably would have just fought them off one at a time, but thank you for that.
Hey, you can't tell me that's not awesome.
It is. It really is. Lateral thinking. Player expression. Anyone who figures that out is a genius.
My friend showed me that trick, and, like, ever since then, it's like, that is so amazing.
We're full up on everything, so I don't really think we need any of these, but...
Yeah, because these basically contain every consumable you need. Magic, hearts, bombs, arrows.
Why would these be here? It's awfully generous of Ganon to give me the tools necessary to kill him. Oh, speaking of which... You know something? I know I got that fairy, but I really just feel like using it now. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
This is worse than the endless staircase of Mario 64. Give me a break. Do you need any more?
Again, I think he's doing all this for dramatic effect, because here we are.
Oh my goodness. He's playing his theme song on a pipe organ.
Also apparently grew his hair out.
I think his hair has been like that. Well, this is really the first time we're seeing him in the current year, right?
Yes. Actually, Ganon's model is different. He has longer hairs, and his hair is also grungy. Also, the reason why they show this is because he fully heals you.
For just another layer of self-destruction here. You should have expected that, dude. It's totally a given. Well, maybe not in context.
Not quite, because this is the first game to do this. But you know, his eyes are different. He has a mullet. He has actual mullet, and he actually has a cape too.
I'm pretty sure I found his armor in Tears of the Kingdom.
I can't help you because the waves of darkness. I can't get close.
Ganon, you are going the extra mile in helping me win! Disabling Navi!
Great King of Evil, Ganondorf.
Great King of Evil.
Actually, thing is, that has a purpose, because you cannot Zeke target him.
Like it matters. I got bottles.
What?
Why use your sword? I can think of a reason why. To make this fight end. Seriously, this is the final battle, and it's a tennis match.
There's actually an actual term for this in the Zelda series.
Yeah, you told me all the way back at the Phantom Ganon fight. Why isn't this going any faster?
I think there is a way. I think there is some values that make it go.
You know what? Actually, this is easy with Biggoron's sword because of how wide it is.
Yeah. Ganon, you're not relenting, my dude.
That's better.
That works. Half damage. Half damage.
Okay, I'll do it the spin attack way, since that's apparently what you're meant to do, maybe. Oh, it's different this time.
No, that's a graphic error with Ship of Harkinian, actually.
Oh, now you can target, though. Two-cycled him.
Dang. I was going to tell you actually some cool tips about his second attack, but man, you cut him real fast.
Oh yeah, he has this wind-up for a ridiculous lightning attack. Just shoot him with a light arrow. It's fine.
Or if you want to make it the badass way, you can actually spin attack it and reflect them all back at him.
Dude, now I have to compile a bonus video with that, because my goodness.
Yeah, no, it works! It's actually kind of cool. By the way, Ganon literally tried to nuke us, but he just nuked his room.
Also, he coughed blood. I'm glad that the blood has been restored by Ship of Harkinian. They censored it to green. Green blood.
Nah, dude just vomited his guts out. But yeah, Ganon collapsed.
His eyes are still open.
Too. Scary.
Ganon dork.
He could not control the power of the gods.
I keep typing Ganondorf and accidentally putting a K at the end. It's so bad. Anyway, now it's time for the Metroid moment.
With his last breath, Ganon's trying to crush... Zelda, stop being dramatic! This place is basically a Metroid. The man's dead!
I think if you run out of time, it, like, just voids you out, I think.
it voids you out and you restart at the top.
Yeah.
By the way, this is another anti-piracy check. Zelda will actually fail to open the gate and she will phase through it, locking you here.
I'm sure there's a way to get through.
Oh yeah, but I mean, that's just an anti-piracy check.
So many people are probably familiar with this whole sequence because in glitched speedruns of Ocarina of Time, people used to actually just warp here as Child Link.
Yeah.
Oh, also, she just walks across the air like that. Don't worry about it. And that posed a problem because if Child Link ever touches any of the falling rocks, I think the falling rocks are okay, but the rocks that are just sitting there like these, they crash the game.
I'm guessing because they don't have... Something's not rendering in that case.
Something to do with the Deku Shield burning.
Oh, that makes sense. It probably doesn't have, like, a check for that.
Also, I got hit by a rock.
Yep. Oh, what's that rumbling?
So something does... They do kind of trip you up here, because now you have to fight the two Stalfos, and like with other Stalfos pairs in the game, they both need to be knocked out at once. So let me switch to the other one.
Well, not at once, but one dies. You have to take the other one out quickly or else they'll regenerate, which is annoying.
Not a problem. Also, recovery hearts, because why not? I didn't take a single point of damage against Ganon. So bad.
Dude, you really knocked his clock out.
I know I was using the crouch stab trick, but it's really just tennis matches and light arrows. Don't go...
I was impressed.
Oh, okay. I guess you can't go past Zelda.
If anything, I was impressed you were able to out-damage it, because technically the Master Sword is programmed to do more damage against Ganon than even the Big Goron sword.
I don't think that works here. Oh, well.
See, I have to think about that again. We'll see.
There's a section coming up where I know you absolutely must use the Master Sword, so it's fine. Yeah, don't get hit or she stops for a moment.
Yeah, because she'll gasp every time. She also does that if you fall from a high ledge.
So this is apparently the strength of the Triforce of Wisdom, opening doors.
Man, these light arrows are bullshit, Zelda.
I'll just run past the Redead. Nice trap, by the way, a single Redead at the end to trip you up.
They really want to do the panic. Yeah, Zelda, my shin's covered in flaming rock. I get it. Let's move.
And now I have a funny speedrun-related story. So, at one time, people were using the Wii Virtual Console version of this game, I believe, but they noticed that some runs were randomly faster than others. That's because the debris of the castle collapsing is randomized. And some runs were getting a teensy bit of lag as a result.
Oh. That makes sense, because I think even the N64 version had that issue.
Yeah, but there was something with the Wii version maybe running a little faster or having less load time.
The Wii version's based on the GameCube port, I believe.
No, it was Virtual Console, so it would have to be like N64 1.2 or something. Anyway, that's the trivia for today. The castle has collapsed. Everything is over. We're free. And the world is
safe.
It looks
like a giant arena. Yay!
How convenient for it to collapse into a giant arena. But, well, actually it changes to being more reduced to rubble here. Also, the Rainbow Bridge is gone. Hey, Sages, you want to maybe, like, give us an escape route here? I have a feeling it's going to fall into the lava if we don't do something.
Yes, please. I want to go home and have pizza. I like how that's Navi saying it.
You just reminded me of the stupidest Bongo mod. They turned the drum into a pizza.
I want to see that. Also, Zelda, what do you have to say about this?
What sound?
Riveting. I guess she's talking about the giant rumble from before.
Random wall of flame.
You died!
I had a 1-up mushroom.
Damn.
No, he had a fairy in a bottle.
That makes sense. Also, this moment.
We finally get the giant pig demon.
And here's the best part, in my opinion. No subtitle, no alternate title,
Yes. Yes.
Ganon.
Just Ganon and 2 giant demon swords.
You know who he is. You know what this means. The sword's missing its blade!
Oh no, Navi, this is not the time. This is not the time.
This time, fight together.
You
Well, no,
would-
here's the funny thing. Actually tattle with Navi. Just do it real quick. And I really have no idea what his weak point is!
I hate you
Thanks.
so much. No, I hate you so much. Oh wow, what in the world?
Double damage, remember?
Yeah. So the
'Cause
way
he-
the way to fight him is... Oh, by the way, where's my weapon? The animation is still in the background.
Actually, let me tell you something that's actually kind of cool about this fight. Your light arrows are very effective, yes. Every weapon can hurt Ganon.
Like this?
Yes.
Why do I have my long shot anyways?
I'm not kidding either. You can hurt him with... I've hurt him with the...
Oh,
One of my
you know
favorite memories of
what
this-
that means actually.
Yes.
Here, put this here and
You know
so-
what?
so
I'm glad
if-
you're thinking like this.
if you do not have bigger and wow, okay. He gets stunned.
One of my favorite memories of this game was when I was telling my nephews... No, I was playing this game for my
You can
nephews.
stop his attacks with Deku Nuts. This is so cool.
When I was playing this game with my nephews, like a few years back, and they were watching me do this fight, yeah, I had the Bigoron sword, but I made an example
Oh, I
of actually
slipped
using
under
all-
his legs, by the way.
Yeah, you can roll under his legs. I made an example of using every single item at my disposal to hit him, to really sell the example.
Why is his
The
tail
hook
the
shot-
weak point? This is so pathetic.
The Bigoron sword, the hook shot, even the bombs can hurt him. It's hard to time, but you can do it. Master Sword is here. Using the Master Sword, destroy Ganon with the Sacred Sword.
And from this point onwards, you cannot finish off Ganon without the Master Sword. You can do a decent amount of damage, but he won't be finished.
Yeah, because if he gets stunned again, he'll require to pick up the Master Sword. Also, it's this fight. This fight, Ganon is actually designed to take double damage from the Master Sword.
Oh, okay. Spin around.
So yeah, even though the Bigoron Sword is technically more powerful, the Master Sword is the true blade to defeat this Bane.
You also can't finish him off without this. Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm rolling between his legs. I'm spinning around. I've taken a couple of hits, but honestly, like, he's just helpless.
To be fair, it makes sense in this context because, remember, this is the fight that splits into 3 timelines.
I think we just found the first one.
Yeah, you joke, but no, that's true. The first one is Link actually dies at this fight.
Why am I locking onto her?
She's too close. Yeah, the first timeline is that Link actually loses this fight. He dies in the final fight, and Zelda has to be the one to finish him off by herself.
Which kind of makes Link's entire role pointless if Zelda can do it.
Well, no. I didn't mean like truly finish him off. She couldn't kill him. She could only seal him away.
You know,
Why is that
when I
you?
first got here, I wanted to do a spin attack to finish him. Oh, okay. I guess I'll accept that.
They changed the attack in the 3DS version because you shoved it right down his throat. In the 3DS version, he impales him right in the forehead.
Oh, the throat shot is so much better, though.
It is. It's also very visceral thinking about it. Also, Zelda, you are a very weak mage.
Stop trying to censor the game that features the Shadow Temple, okay? So we're not gonna kill him, we're gonna seal him away. This will definitely not have consequences.
Yeah, you know, it's not going to cause any kind of biblical-sized flooding or anything.
Funny how there's a lot of water in this chamber.
It's true.
You.
Me?
Curse you, Zelda! Curse you, sages! Curse you, Link. Someday, when the seal was broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants. Not into the pit, it burns!
It burns!
You haven't seen the last of me! Seriously, let's just let him keep the Triforce of Power while being sealed away. Sure, okay, cool.
I mean, they couldn't forcefully rip it out of him. Like, that's the weird thing about the Triforce is you can't unequip it.
Just kill him!
I think the idea is even then he's too powerful.
Okay,
like
I have a fun fact about this cutscene too. This is actually very, very high in the sky above Hyrule Field in daylight.
That's actually kind of cool.
So
I like that.
So in theory, Skyloft should be around here somewhere.
Or any Zonai tech? Maybe the people of the sky? Even the Okos?
Nope. And now for the decision that I also don't really understand for any reason other than creating a split timeline. We're gonna leave the Ocarina with her, and she's gonna somehow send us back in time. Except now there's no hero in this sequence of events.
Well, the thing is that we're not meant to be here to begin with. This Link, at least his adult form, is an anomaly in the timeline. He's supposed to be young. He never was meant to exist to begin with.
That's very, interesting way to put it.
It's what I've always assumed, because...
Wait, if the Ocarina was with Zelda, how can the Skull Kid steal it in Majora's Mask?
They explained that in Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trust me, they know.
All right, well, I'll save that kind of talk for later.
All I can say, man, is I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say goodbye to your red tunic.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked really cool, though. What happens to all of our items anyways? Well, I guess they're still in his infinitely deep pockets.
Yeah. Even nowadays, I still find this a very, wonderful credit sequence.
The music is very excellent. They actually open Minish Cap with it.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, that's basically Ocarina of Time.
The legend that never dies. How appropriate for him to be in Soul Calibur.
Very true. This game had a lot of legacy behind it. I mean, there's a reason why people say, to this day, this is one of the best Zelda games and most important ones to date.
All of the Zelda games, to me, are like, greater than simply a video game. They are art. This
very much so.
This ending music and the ending music for A Link to the Past, both very moving. Many Zelda games are moving.
Oh, yeah. And we have to thank Koji Kondo for that. Like, again, for me, I beat Link to the Past much later after I finished Ocarina, but even then, I still love the credits theme for Link to the Past so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've said it many times through this playthrough, there is not a single Zelda game I have a problem with. They all have their own issues, but there's not a single game I'd say I dislike playing through.
Yeah, I'll rag on games until the end of time, but I think it goes without saying that the Zelda franchise, it means something to a lot of people. Ocarina of Time meant so much that we have a PC port of the game. It goes in 60 frames, it goes in HD if you want to. People have made all kinds of texture packs.
Dude, I've seen people straight up mod the game to like make their own adventures. Like, people love this game so much.
In fact,
And I mean, I can
let me tell you about a couple of Ship of Harkinian mods, if you don't mind. There's one that adds a leveling system, like an RPG.
Dang.
Not to mention all of the custom items that we've seen.
My favorite one, I have to give a shout out to this, but I gotta remember. I think it's like Zelda Indigo? Legend of Zelda Indigo, that's what it is. It's basically a whole adventure that takes place after Ocarina and before Majora, and also and adds like a whole bunch of new content and stuff. Also, we finally beat the Lord of Darkness. Now it's time for everyone to party.
I mean, you might as well. Peace is here. Let's have a little fun.
Look at them Gorons. They're dancing in sync.
The Gorons are here. The Zoras are here. The Kokiri are here. Apparently, they do not, in fact, die if they leave the forest.
Huh. I wonder if the Deku Tree was just joking with them. And everybody's here!
Now, I'm looking closely at this scene because what in the world is going on there? Here's the carpet guy. There's that guy in the background.
The shopkeepers don't actually have full body models, I'll explain that.
Yeah.
Oh no, we did forget something!
What?
The cow!
Oh, we never got the cow into Link's house. Well, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because we never technically saw Malin all grown up. Also, yeah, notice how they're only showing up on the waist up.
Yeah, they don't have bottom halves.
Hey, even the Gerudos are dancing.
Bigorin is here, and like I've heard people say that they saw a Redead in this cutscene. I don't think that was truthful.
Oh, I think that's just.
I'll tell you who is here though: King Zora and the Stick in the Mud. Both of whom have known loss because people close to them turned out to be sages. So, I guess when you turn into a sage, you can't. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off over and over.
No. Go ahead.
When you become a sage, you apparently go to heaven.
Because I think the implications is that the sages are not able to come back to the material world. Because the sages' realm is considered like an alternate realm. But then it doesn't explain this.
Howdy, Darunia.
I mean, they're all on his home. Did we get a private party?
I hope so. They deserve it. But where's Rauru? Not interested in the party?
Hiroshi Yamauchi. Huh.
Oh yes, Hiroshi Yamauchi, he was president of Nintendo before Satoru Iwata.
That would explain that. I was actually waiting for his name to pop up, but no, I think he was still working labs at the time.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. It's because of him we were able to have all these great games.
Everyone working at Nintendo at this time deserves, like, a spot on the Hall of Fame. I don't know if there's a developer Hall of Fame, but please make one and put everyone who ever worked at Nintendo there.
Also, we never actually get a real answer as to why she leaves.
Yeah, that is strange, but whatever the reason, Link's gonna try and find her, and it will definitely not cause any trouble whatsoever.
Foreshadowing. It's interesting to know, because, like, I've seen so many ideas behind it. But, of course, that's for a bit later, because there's one last thing to cover.
Apparently, Zelda is still here.
Yeah, I don't... I guess the idea is that Zelda warped them back to before Ganon chased him off?
Are we gonna... Is this gonna be like a loop? Are we gonna do it all over again, or is this a time paradox?
Not quite. Because this is actually where it helps stem into the second part of the timeline. Because I guess if I'm allowed to go a bit into that, how Ocarina splits into three is that one of them is Link dies in the final battle. The other one is in the future timeline when Zelda warped Link back, because as you mentioned, that timeline no longer has a Hero of Time. And the third one is this one, where it's implied that young Link warned young Zelda of all of Ganon's tricks, and ahead of time they actually got Ganon arrested before he could cause any mischief, leading to events of Twilight Princess.
Somehow they were able to hold him down this time instead of like the last time. So,
Yeah,
final thoughts, anyone?
I mean, I've said a lot about what I could say about Ocarina. It's a very important game, not just to like Zelda players, but like players period. It helped, as many people say, like bring the whole adventure genre into 3D. And like me being born after Ocarina became a big hit, it was a little interesting just kind of going back and seeing what made it so important. I can see the legacy, but there are also the fact that I do enjoy some aspects of later Zelda games so much more.
Mm-hmm. Many Zelda games try to copy Ocarina or shout out to Ocarina, often to their detriment. But
See,
that doesn't
because
really
I think,
take away from what this game accomplished.
oh, not at all. Again, there's a difference between it because a lot of games basically use Ocarina as their roots. For some, a lot more than others, because Wind Waker tried to be different. People didn't like that. So they made Twilight Princess literally Ocarina of Two, and everybody loved that. And then they had to find a balance between the two eventually. All I can tell you is that I gotta congratulate you, team, man. You being able to find all the heart pieces and everything. Again, I never could put all that to memory or bother looking for them all, so kudos to that, especially considering you basically needed all those heart pieces at the end of the fight, because
I,
Ganon really was giving you something.
I still had two fairies. Well, we can ramble about this all day, but who knows? I might do a Master Quest playthrough and discover even more that I never knew before.
Oh, God. I'd be happy to join that, but I'll be honest with you, I'll be even less of a help with those because I don't remember the Master Quest dungeons
The only thing that
nearly as
the
much.
only thing that changes about Master Quest is dungeons. So maybe in the future, I don't really. I'll say this right now. I really want to play Majora's Mask next because a playthrough of that we could have so much fun. This entire playthrough has been a blast, both with you there to give me an assist every now and again, and finding out all this new stuff. So I am not sure how far along they are on progress with the Majora's Mask equivalent to Ship of Arcanian, but if they get that working, that would be the perfect time for a playthrough.
Here's the thing, like, even if it's just like a normal like copy of it, I'd be more than happy to. Because if if I were to compare it, like if Ocarina of Time is just like a penthouse apartment that I rented out and I live in because it's just somewhere I live in, Majora's Mask is like my childhood home. I know exactly where everything is. I could tell you just every little detail in that game. Ocarina of Time is just me being like, yeah, I know this place. Majora's Mask is like, yeah, I really love this place.
We'll test that knowledge then. We'll see how much I find that you don't.
The funny thing I'll tell you is if they complete it in a few months, we could actually do the canon runs, considering it's implied that Majora Mask take place at least a few months up to a year after Ocarina.
Thank you once again for being with me, and thank you to the viewers for watching all the way through to the end if you have decided to do so. I am Ephraim225, and who are
I'm
you?
BML 42. Nope.
VML42.
Yep, and I'm here with now the hero of time.
This has been Ocarina of Time, and I will see you for whatever game we get around to next. Goodbye, everyone.
Y'all have a good night.